Hey guys, it's the beginning of the month, so it's time for my TOS update. This will be a 6-year update. For anybody that doesn't know my story, I've had TOS or Thoracic Outlet Syndrome since I was about 18, and I'll be 54 this month, so 36 years now. I had surgery in 1991. So that was, almost 25 years ago now. And that made me worse, and basically I've been on disability since. So, in the last 6 years, I've been on a mission to try to reclaim my mobility and get myself out of pain. And I've been pretty successful, but it's been a long, slow haul. You can see I kind of have quite a bit of inflammation in my hands and my joints here today, and that's been happening less and less. I think it's probably been more than a year since I've had a bad flare-up. I get, day-to-day pain, but it's not really that bad compared to how it used to be. When I first started all this stuff, the pain was just excruciating. In fact, I spent a lot of time laying in bed all day. Now once I get up in the morning, I'm usually out of bed for the day. I usually don't go back and lay down too much, but the things that have helped me: joint mobility exercises, self-myofascial release, which is basically self-massage, and vacuum cupping, where you take these vacuum cups, you got a little vacuum pump, and you put them on your skin, put them on your muscles. These have worked really well for me. Now the only downside to these is they leave purple marks, and it can be kind of painful. See, I was actually doing it last night on the front side of my shoulders here, and it leaves those purple marks, but it helps to decompress this area, the thoracic outlet area. I'll use them on my neck, I'll use them on my arms, I'll use them on my legs, I use them all over, and they've been really helpful for me. In fact, I've had a few other people that have seen my videos say they've tried them and it's been helpful for them as well, so that is pretty cool. I'm trying to think of any improvements I made in the last month. A lot of times they come so slowly I can't notice any big things. I have been using these Indian clubs pretty much daily for 3-4 months now, I guess. Yeah, this is a 2-pound Indian club. People always think it's a bowling pin or a juggling pin. They've never seen them, but basically what you do with these is you swing them around. There's all kinds of different exercises you can do. In fact, that's probably what caused the inflammation in my hands, is using these last couple days. I try to keep changing the exercises that I do and adding new exercises, so I'm always stretching muscles and nerves that probably haven't been moved in 30 years, so that will cause inflammation. What else? I use this lacrosse ball a lot for myofascial release, and start out just putting this up against the wall and leaning on it, but now I can lay down on the floor, and anywhere that's tight, I'll lay on it: shoulders, arms, hips, knees, whatever. I use this a lot. What else? So when I do these updates every month, I post them to the NeuroTalk forums, the Thoracic Outlet Syndrome forums. I started a thread over there when I first started all this stuff. It's been 3 or 4 years ago that I started the thread. It's called Scott Sonnen's Intuflow Joint Mobility Program, and I started out at the time just doing little typing updates, but typing is really hard for me. When you have TOS, typing is really hard. It just makes your arms start hurting. So I guess I've been doing this YouTube channel for about 2.5 years now. So what I started doing, rather than trying to type stuff on that thread, is just turn on the camera and make a video and talk. It's easier than trying to type. I'm not a very great talker or speaker, but it's easier to show people what I'm doing and stuff I'm doing to get better. And then I just take the video and I post the link of it on that thread, and if people are interested, they can watch the video. So looking back, it's hard for me to believe I've had TOS for 36 years already, and I used to always kind of, you know, watch, read like, you know, injury reports of athletes and this and that, trying to always figure out what was wrong with me. But it took me like 11 or 12 years to finally get diagnosed and have surgery, because it's such a rare condition, I guess. And even nowadays, you kind of keep waiting for maybe someone who's famous or a celebrity or someone like that to get it, who will maybe talk about it and kind of bring it to the limelight, and it just never seems to happen. That's kind of why I decided, you know what, I've had it that many years, I'm just going to do it. Even on my cooking channel, I just kept the TosTinMan name in there, and people are like, that's not a good name, I don't even know what that means. It's like, well, that's kind of the point. That's why I make a lot of these videos, is I'm trying to make people at least aware of what it is. They still don't understand what it is. In fact, sometimes I still don't even understand it, but I'm trying. One thing I just thought of that I was able to do during this last month that I haven't been able to do for many years is I planted some tomato plants, and after I dug the hole, I was able to get down on my hands and knees and actually use my hands to put the dirt around the plants and bury them. So it's probably been, like I said, I had my TOS surgery in 1991, and I haven't been able to do that since. So little things like that, you know, they're not huge things, but those little things start adding up over time, and it is encouraging. You know, you just have to take the little improvements that you can get. If you just set out to think, well, I want to be 100% cured and be better right away, it's probably not going to happen. What I've learned is just slow little improvements over time, and I'm really consistent. I try to do a little bit of therapy stuff every day, and it's a little bit different every day too. That way it keeps me making progress and I don't get bored with it. So there's my update for this month. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll talk to you next time.